Hey, Mike Heisted here. Today I'm going to show you how to build a sales funnel. Now, in order to do this well, there are four components to put together, and each of them has several moving parts, a lot of different pieces to assemble, right? So we got the website, capture page, the sales page, follow-up sequence. Each of these things involves a bunch of steps. So over the next few videos, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you step by step through every single one of these things so you can see exactly what to do step by step and follow along and set this thing up for yourself. All right, cool. So let's jump right in. Now to start with the website, first of all, we've got to choose a domain name, set up web hosting, and create a website. So let's get started and do that right now. To begin, you're going to go to GoDaddy.com right here, and I'm already registered here, so you'll sign in yourself if you haven't signed in before. And the first thing we want to do is we want to search for a domain name. Now, if I choose a popular domain name that that other people already have or something, there's not much point in that, right? Because what's going to happen is I'm just going to get an error message saying that the name is already taken. So you're going to have to try some different names and find some different variations until you find a name that you like. Now sometimes you can just change the extension and go for .info or .net or .org. But still, these days a lot of the best names are taken. So you got to be a little imaginative and try a bunch of different names until you find one that you like. So I'm going to go ahead and try this one. I've already looked at it actually, so I know it's available. So I'm going to say my targeted website.com. And I'm using that as an example because I want you to make sure that when you're picking a domain name, that you're also picking something that speaks to the particular market that you're trying to communicate with. Use a keyword in the phrase that's something they might be searching for, or if you want to just use your own personal name, you can do that as well if it's still available, right? Unless someone else is named like you. Okay, great. So here's the domain name that I'm going to use to build my new website. So I'm just going to go ahead and check out now, and then we'll get to the next step. Now, before I'm going to go ahead and add this, but it's going to show my personal details. So I'm not going to show you that right now. But when you check out with your name, what's going to happen is that it's going to try and upsell you on a bunch of different stuff. It's going to try and give you all different kind of name variations and different lengths of registration and web hosting services, all kinds of different stuff. Don't do any of that. All you want to do with GoDaddy is register the name. We're going to host somewhere else, okay? So just register the name, check out, pay your $10 or whatever it is, $5, $12, depending on the variation that you choose, and then we'll go to the next step together, all right? So once you've made your purchase, two things are going to happen. One is GoDaddy is going to send you some email confirmations just giving you details about your purchase. And the second thing is you're going to notice if you go to your website now, you're going to see it's called your website, your page is parked is what this means, right? So it means there's no content on here right now. All GoDaddy is saying, we're holding this page for you because you've bought this domain name, and we're just holding this page here until you upload some content onto it. Now, in order to put content on your website, you need something else. All you've got now is a domain, right? It's like you've got an address but no house here. So in order to put content up here to load web pages, now you need something called a web host. And so now we're going to do that. Okay, so let's go over to the next page and I'll show you how to set up your web host. So we're using GoDaddy to host the name of our website, and we're going to use HostGator to host the files on our website. I know it sounds strange that why wouldn't we do them both together? But I've just found that GoDaddy is good for name hosting, and HostGator is much more. It's a better program to actually host your files. So there's a lot more versatility, a lot more customer support. I just think it's a much better way to host your website. Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and just purchase an inexpensive web hosting plan. I think you can get it for like what is it, 10 or $5 or $10 or something. Yeah, starting at $7.95. We're going to go with this plan here, the baby plan, because then you can have multiple domains. This is only for a single domain. So if you wanted to have other websites as well, then this would be the way to go. But I recommend you order this now. It's $7.95. So I'm going to go ahead and order this now, and then I'll show you what happens. As you can see, it's going to walk me through some various options to set up my domain. So I'm going to go ahead and put the name of the URL that I just purchased. I'm going to follow these steps.